Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to find probabilities in normal distribution for year 13 and IB students. Let's get started. Finding probabilities. Probabilities are given by areas under the normal curve. We know that in the normal distribution, the curve is symmetrical about the mean. Probability of x less than x1. So the x1 value is somewhere here and you are talking about this value. Probability that x is greater than x2. The value x2 is somewhere here and you are talking about this part. Probability that x is greater than x1 less than x2. x1 is here, x2 is here. We are talking about this area to be find out. Note that probability of x is equal to 0 for all values of x. If we find out the same value, our probabilities are 0. This means that probability x less than x1 is the same as probability x is less than or equal to x1. Probability x greater than x2 is the same as probability of x greater than or equal to x2. And probability of x greater than x1 less than x2 is the same as probability of x greater than or equal to x1 less than or equal to x2. A table is used to find areas and hence the probabilities. So to find out these areas and the probabilities, we have to use the normal distribution table. The standard normal variable z. The standard normal variable is given the special symbol z rather than x. So instead of x, we are going to use capital Z. It has a mean of 0 and a variance of 1. So Z will be written as normal distribution of mean 0 and variance 1. The normal distribution table. If Z has a normal distribution with mean 0 and variance 1, then for each value of small z, the table gives you the value of phi of z, where phi of z is equal to probability of z less than or equal to z or probability of z less than z. In the table, we are going to find out the probabilities of z less than z, which is equals to basically phi of z. So the full table will give you the values of phi of z. So we will define that how we are going to calculate phi of z from the graph. Let's see our graph, how we are going to describe phi of z here. So this is our normal distribution curve. In this case, if the value lies here, so this part lower than that part will be given as phi of z, where phi is the Greek letter and it is read as phi. Remember that there is no distribution between probability of capital Z less than or equal to small z and probability of capital Z less than z. So there is no distribution between both of them. The normal distribution table which is provided in the examination, an extract is shown as below. Let's see our table here. This is the part of the table we have. To use the table, follow these instructions. Find out the probability of capital Z less than 0.16. So I'm talking about the value less than 0.16. The value somewhere lies here. So you're talking about this part of this value. As I told you earlier, this value will give you phi of z. My z value is 0.16. So this will be written as phi of 0.16. As I told you earlier, the table will show you directly the values of phi of z. Let's see the value here, what it shows 0.16. So this is my 0.1 here and 6 will go here. So my value is basically 0.5636. Let's write down the answer here. 0.5636. This is my answer for this part. Let's see the second question here. Probability of z less than 0.345. I need to check. Now here there were 2 digits. Now here there are 3 digits. The third digit we are going to find out the answer from here. 0.34. Let's see the answer here. 0.3 and the 4 is here. My value is 0.6331. Let's write down the answer here. 0.6331. This is my value for 0.34. I need to get the answer for 0.345. So the value for phi we will find out here and the phi value is 19. So this value 19 is basically 0.0019. So I need to add this answer inside it, 0.0019. Let's add it. 9 plus 1 is 10. 0 here, 1 carry over. 3 plus 1 is 5. 3 plus 0 is 3 and 6 plus 0 is 6 and 0.635. Let's write down the answer here. This will be written as phi of 0.345. We are talking about the same part here and my answer is given as 0.6350. This will be my answer. If the z values has more than 3 decimal places, you need to round off to 3 decimal places first and then get the answer. For example, if z value is 1.3469, there are 4 digits after decimal. So I need to round off this answer to 3 decimal places. So for this 9, this will be plus 1. So my value will be 1.347. I need to get the answer for phi 1.347. And then find out the value of phi of z and hence you can find out the probabilities. Find probability of z greater than small z. Use the fact that the total area under the curve is 1. So this is our normal distribution curve. The full area is considered as 1. If we have to find out the answer for probability of z greater than z, this will be written as, if z is somewhere here, I am talking about this part of this answer. As we know that this lesser than part is shown as phi of z. So the greater than part will be given as 1 minus phi of z because the total area under the graph is 1. So if the lower part is phi of z, so the greater part will be given as 1 minus phi of z. Let's see one example here. If z is normally distributed with mean 0 and variance 1, find the probability that z less than 0.85. I need to get the answer for 0.85. This is my normal distribution curve. This is the line I have. This is 0.85. I am talking about the lesser than area. That means I am talking about this area. This area will be written as phi of 0.85. Let's write down here. This value is phi of 0.85. Let's find out the answer from the table here. So this is my table. I need to find the answer for 0.8. 0.8 is here. Then I have to look for the phi value. So 0.85 is this one. 0.8023. Let's write down the answer here. This will be given as 0.8023. This will be my answer. Let's see the next part here. Find the probability that z greater than 0.85. So I'm talking about the value greater than 0.85. The greater value will be given as this part of the answer. So this part we have discussed earlier. This part will be given as 1 minus phi of 0.85. So my answer will be this one. The value is the same which we figured it out earlier. Let's write down the answer here. 1 minus 0.8023. I need to subtract it from 1. So let's subtract it and write down the answer. My answer will be given by 0.1977. This will be your answer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Bye-bye everyone.